For chapters 16, 17, and 18, I have a set of questions for you to answer. So chapter 16 is called the Alaska Interior, and 17 and 18 are both called the Stampede Trail for some reason. So for chapter 16, the questions are, why do you think McCandless calls it Magic Bus Day when he finds the bus? What does it symbolize for him? So is he excited to see the bus? Is he... why is this a great thing to see the bus or not a great thing? Why does he call it that? Number 2, Krakauer writes this about where McCandless was found. Less than 30 miles to the east is a major thoroughfare. Just 16 miles to the south, hundreds of tourists rumble daily into Denali Park over a road patrolled by the National Park Service. And within a 6-mile radius of the bus are 4 cabins. Why is all of this information ironic, given what has happened to him, the situation? Why is it ironic about what happened to him? 3, why does McCandless call the day he shot the moose one of the greatest tragedies of my life? 4, McCandless turned around and began walking to the west, back toward the bus, back into the fickle heart of the bush. So they called where he is in Alaska the bush. Why does Krakauer personify the bush as something with a fickle heart? So if you don't know what being fickle means, you'll have to look that up. So why does Krakauer personify it that way? Then in chapter 17, Krakauer, he goes and visits the bus where McCandless died. So why do you think he does that? And then he writes a lot about his experience at the bus. So you can read that part or you can skip it. And then there's another part where where Krakauer writes about stuff that I just don't feel pertains to knowing McCandless' story, so I'm giving you the opportunity to skip that if you want to. Not only did McCandless die because he was stupid, one Alaska correspondent observed, but the scope of his self-styled adventure was so small as to ring pathetic, squatting an erect bust a few miles out of Healy. Potting jays and squirrels, mistaking a caribou for moose, pretty hard to do. Only one word for the guy, incompetent. The guy. What do you think of Chris McCandless? Do you think he was admirable for giving his journey a try, or do you agree with this person's opinion? Let's call it this journey. Explain. So what do you think? What is most how about what are most of McCandless's journal entries about towards the end, and why do you think that is? And then on chapter 18, just one question. Why do you think McCandless signed his final note as he was dying with his birth name and not Alexander Supertramp? So why does he sign it Chris McCandless and not Alexander Supertramp? So that's what you're going to do for the last part of the book. Let me know if you have questions.